Hey, Suzanne.
Until showtime.
Julia, we have like 2 minutes to go. I'm so excited. Like trying to figure it all out. I kind of like forgot. Oh my gosh. Hey, I know, right? Finally, it's been like forever and a day. So I'm pretty excited. Lots of big changes going on. Hey, Connie. Oh my gosh, you guys. You called in? Huh. Let me go double check. I haven't like really played for a while. There's me. I gotta figure this out. Hold time. Oh wait. Are you holding? Hold on, let me go back. I gotta fish back and forth. Are you holding?
1
Julia?
minute until showtime.
Yes, but you're holding, right? You're on hold? 863. What? Oh, great. Okay, perfect. Then I see what I see. I'm on hold. Stay on hold and I'll bring you on. I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun. It's an hour show. We're going to be talking about new beginnings. There's all kinds of new stuff going on. I know. I'm kind of nervous. I feel like I'm birthing something brand new, and I've done this like forever and a day, and I love it. But, oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's going to be fun. Oh my gosh, we have 19 seconds. Here we go.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
People are always saying, you'll never make it.
Don't listen to them.
You feel weak and have lost all your courage.
Be brave. Be bold.
Guess what? It all ends right now. Welcome to Just Rita, a show that empowers women all over the world to be the best version of themselves. No matter where you come from, that will not dictate who you will be in life. Join your host, Rita Doman, right now and learn that you can have it all because you know you are worthy of all those goodies in life and want to make your life shine. It's just in time. It's just for you. It's just that simple. It's Just Rita. Now, here is your host of the Just Rita radio show, Rita Doman.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No matter where you are in the world, I want to welcome you in to the Just Rita Real Talk live radio show at www.justritarealtalk.com. We're here Facebook Live. We're at Blog Talk Radio. I just saw that my cousin, Russell Frame, has just joined in, which is awesome. So it's great to meet you here on the radio show. So that is perfect. I look forward to getting to know you, Russell. Oh my God, you guys, I am like, holy cow. It has been quite a journey. You guys know I've been through a lot in the last couple of years. I have still a pretty big journey ahead of me because I've got a lot of things ending and a lot of new beginnings happening. And so as I go through this journey, that's what I'm going to share because we all deserve to be able to have extraordinary lives. And it doesn't matter if you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a young person, we all go through so many things. And that's the thing that I really want to talk about. And I do have a caller, which I think is absolutely amazing. And so Julia, I'm going to bring her in really quick and have a little quick chit chat. So let's see if I do this right. Let's see. Julia, you're live. You can hear me? Julia? Hold on. Julia, I'm live. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh my gosh. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Oh my gosh. So what is going on? What's happening?
Well, like you, looking for a new beginning. I went through a divorce after like 30 plus years of marriage, and I've had some downtime to kind of regroup
Yeah.
within a group, as they say.
Yeah.
So now I've been living with my mom, and I'm now at the point where I'm needing to, finally get myself moving forward again. So I've been living in like Central Florida,
Mm-hmm.
trying to decide like where to move to. I've been thinking like possibly South Carolina or possibly northern, like the Panhandle area of Florida.
Yeah.
But I'm running into some resistance of making this big move because now it's all on me. There's no partner to help me, Before it was always we moved because my ex was military. We moved
Sure.
every 3 years, always knowing, where we were going, what we were doing. But now it's just me. And it's like, oh my gosh,
Here's the thing.
It's all me.
You know what? I'm so grateful that you called because I'm telling you, I'm making some really big decisions. And as I go further with sharing, I've got to let some people know first before I can just break out and say stuff. But I understand exactly what you're talking about. And here's the thing. You can do it. You are on a journey. You're on a path. You're on a way where it's time for you to start doing things for you for the very first time. And if that idea, that inspiration is put into your heart and soul and into your mind, it's because you are being guided, divinely guided in that way through your angels and your guides, your loved ones from the other side. And just know our ego, and I'm not talking about the alter ego, I'm talking about our ego that protects us all the time. You are very capable of finding what you need, creating, manifesting. You're going to be able to do what you need to do and to go where you need to go because that's where you need to be. And so you're going to be okay. People do it all the time. But what happens is we think we're by ourselves, we're thinking, we've got things coming in, and then we're just like, oh my God, I can't do this. I've got to stay here. It's more secure here. But nobody lives an extraordinary life playing it very safe. And so for you, in order to live your dreams and be happy and do the things that you want to do in your life, you've got to follow your heart. You've got to know that this is for your highest good. This is for you to do. You're going to be able to find what you're looking for with the type of home that you want to live in, the amount of money you want to spend. You can, have your expenses to where you want. You don't have to go crazy and, act like you're living in the depression and cutting yourself off from everything, because then you're just attracting more lack. So you have to give yourself the grace. You have to be able to look at yourself and look in yourself in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, you've got this. You're smart enough. You've got enough knowledge. You know exactly what to do, what you want, and you'll know the steps to take. And once you make that decision, I promise you, all of a sudden, stuff's going to come right at you. Somebody's going to come into your life. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, where have you been my whole life? This is what I needed. People are going to follow you and come to you and say, I can help you here, whether it's with your finances. I can help you here looking for a home. I can help you here to, find a job, or if you're doing a business or whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to all of a sudden be like, it's magic. All of a sudden, these people are coming. And when I finally made a decision very recently, all of a sudden, things are starting to come to me. And I'm just like, what? It's like I spent a lot of time in my own head, being afraid. How are people going to view me? Are people going to make fun of me? Are people going to say, there's no way you can do that? You know what I mean? Are they going to judge me? Are they going to make me wrong for it? But here's the thing. We are all here on a journey living our own lives. All of us. Not one person or people can tell us how to live, what to do. Even if you're married, you can't, like tell your spouse what to do, and they can't tell you what to do. They can't tell you what job you can have or what you can do here or there. It is all a cultivation of everything. And when you can finally look at yourself in the mirror and say, I got to watch my language because I have to change what I usually say. But it's like, I am now going to do what is for my highest good. What I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have this. I deserve to have that. Now, when I say that, I don't mean go balls to the wall and be like selfish and like, I don't care about you. This is what I deserve, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying. There's got to be a balance in all of that. But what I'm saying is you just need to start to realize that you deserve to be happy just like the next one. You deserve to have the place you want to live in. You deserve to be in the spot that you want to live in. You deserve to have the car you want to drive or not drive. It doesn't, whatever it is that your heart's desire, you deserve all of it. And if it's in your heart's desire, that is because you're being led in that direction. So quit fighting it and make that decision to say yes. Once you make that decision, it's going to, trust me, it's scary, but just keep taking one step forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is scary. It's nerve-wracking. It's something where we're just like, oh my gosh, I am blessed to have so many extraordinary people around me. I have people who, when I forget how awesome I am, I always have them around me to remind me like, oh my God, Rita, you're amazing. You do this and you do this and you do this for other people. Do it for yourself. And now I'm sitting here like nervous, but I'm doing it for myself. And I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have these things. I deserve to do what I want to do and grow the way I want to grow, as you do as well. But you have to give yourself the permission, and you also have to love yourself enough to allow it to happen. I think you have to still, have you been doing work on yourself, like accepting and loving yourself?
Yeah, work in progress.
Mm-hmm. I think you have to work a little bit harder. And I think you know what I'm talking about. It's very easy for you to go to the other side, the dark side of yourself. Yeah. And it's time for you to stay on the positive side. You have got to look at yourself openly and honestly. And when I say that, I don't say go digging in deep and looking for the garbage. I mean, go in deep and look at all the magical rays of sunshine, positive, wonderful things that you have done and you are capable of doing. We typically will not reward us for all of our good doings. We will beat the living daylights out of us if we feel like we've made a mistake in some way. But when we do something good or we have a win, we never celebrate it. So once you don't celebrate that, it goes to the wayside as if it's never happened. That's why so many people think they're such garbage and they're not worthy and they don't have anything to look forward to, because we never celebrate all the wins. And those wins are big and small, but you have wins on a daily basis that you probably never acknowledge. You getting on this call, you calling in right away and just being ready to go, that's a huge win. You had something to say and you got on and you called and you're like, oh my gosh. And I think that's amazing, because here you are all the way in Florida. This is the first show that I've done in a long time and you're right there front and center. Major win, because you are literally being open and vulnerable and putting yourself out because you are desperately looking for a direction, a change that you already know to go in. You just need a little confirmation that you're in the right direction. And yes, you're in the right direction. You need to go with the flow and keep your mind open and your heart open. And you need to just start loving and accepting. And when your ideas come to you and things that are happening for you, like you get up in the morning and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you should do this. Like that idea is coming from the other side. So go do that. Start getting yourself in that way. Hi, Arshia. So start getting yourself in that direction. And when you start acknowledging it, you're going to realize like the clouds are going to start lifting. It's not going to be so gray and dismal for you. All of a sudden, you're going to start to literally see the sunshine coming from your eyes. And you're going to be like, oh my God, it's bright out here. Or inside the house, you're like, oh my God, it's bright in here. It's because you're wakening up and you are going on your path and on your journey. And it's your time to move on. All right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You're amazing. I am so forever grateful, Julia, that you called. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Huh?
Later, when you do cards later, if you wouldn't mind maybe pulling one and I'll listen from the chat room.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to be, I've got new cards, new fairy cards that I got as a gift, and I'm going to pull a couple of cards later on in the show. The show's only an hour, so it's going to go pretty quick. All right?
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, bye, Julia. Oh my God, you guys, I love that stuff. This is why I love coaching. I love the cards. I love the spiritual, because it's like it's all channeled in. It's like all of a sudden things start happening. You know, it's so funny because you guys all know that I drive a Chrysler, a Town and Country Chrysler minivan. I've been driving it for years. I had 250,000 miles on it. My husband's parents gave us that card. Oh, you are so welcome, Julia. I love you. You are awesome. So anyway, it's like that car has been heaven sent for me, and I've loved that car. And it's been, you know, a little bit of trouble over the last couple of years. And so finally, it's time to let her go, like let her go to pasture. And I couldn't drive it anymore just the other day. And I had so many things lined up for the last couple of days. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I have places to go. I can't drive my car. You know what I mean? So my husband went to the car dealership. I'm like, I've got stuff to do today. I had class on Tuesday night. I'm like, can you just go and look and see what happens? And I was on the phone with my girlfriend, Suzanne Carlisi, who's, I think she's still listening. And she's had stuff happening with her car as well. And as I'm trying to figure out on Wednesday, what am I going to do without a vehicle? Because I had these appointments to go to in all different directions, which were going to take me far away. My husband comes home. He's like, oh, yeah. And they told me that if you want, you can do the test drive tomorrow with the car all day if you want. And I was like, what? So it's like when you put that stuff out there, hey, Kylie, when you put that stuff out there, like, this is what I need, this is what's happening, then all of a sudden things happen. So I got to drive this car yesterday all day long. An amazing car. It's a 2014 Chevy Cruze. It only has like almost, I think, 33,000 miles on it, 33.5 on it. And perfect car for me. It's got a sunroof. It's got like where you do the little touch screen, all that kind of stuff, right? And this is perfect with all the new beginnings because where I'm going, you know, there's ties that are being broken on purpose, and the van was one of them. And to be able to get, you know, to be able to get into this vehicle and see, oh my God, I deserve it. And so I'm sitting here going back and forth if this is going to be something that I can do. And all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm going to be 50 this year. I shouldn't be looking for a car where it's going to be like put together with duct tape and Band-Aids and, you know what I mean, a prayer. So I was like, okay, well, let's just go. Let's go drop off the car, figure out the numbers. And of course, I'm sitting here freaking out, getting nervous. And I was like, you know what? It's going to happen. I don't know why I'm mucking up my universe. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's be responsible with it. And now it's like a tie is broken. And now I have my very own little car that's a little sporty little thing that fits me perfectly. And it's so cool because I can then now not get caught or pulled over by having my phone in my hand for talking on it, because now I can do it through the radio, as well as I can do it with I can listen to my Pandora. And it was so funny because yesterday when we were at the dealer and they're trying to teach me how to like get it hooked up with my phone for the Pandora. And they're like, one of the guys is like, wait a minute, you listen to Slim Shady? You listen to Dr. Drew? And I'm like, oh my God, I love that music. I know you guys, you just all like fell off your chairs. I get it. But I love that music. Like I actually understand it. I don't take it in a negative way. It's just, I love the beat. I love the intensity. I love the fun of it. It's just fun for me. And so they're like, oh my God, you must be really cool. And I'm like, well, I am. But then, you know, like when we're waiting for the financing, right? So they're talking to me about the OnStar. And this lady, Kimberly, comes up to me and she's talking to us and stuff like that. And she's like, well, what's your email? I said, oh, you know what? Let me just give you my card because it'd just be easier, because it's always hard for people to figure out just Rita Real Talk. I don't know why, but they do. And so she's like, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a life coach. I do, you know, a radio show. I also am an angel card reader. I, you know, communicate with angels and spirit, and I help people. And she was like, lights galore. And she too is going through endings and new beginnings. And I literally sat there for like 45 minutes reading her. I didn't even have my cards. Like I just knew exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And I nailed her on the head, and she was blown away. She took a couple of my cards. She's like, oh my God, we are going to continue to talk. As she went to a salesman, a guy, and said, oh my God, you will not believe this lady, what she does. So as Peter, our salesman at Gary Lang here in McHenry, was trying to get things going, Zach is his name. He's like, oh my God, get out of the car. I need to talk to her. So I was like, what? So he pops in the car and he's like, I heard you do this and this and this. I'm like, well, I do. And he's like, you know, because there's so many people who say they do it, but they never get me. He goes, can you read me really fast? And I was like, oh my God, talk about pressure, right? So I was like, okay, I'll try it. So I'm talking to him and I'm like figuring it out. And I'm telling him how he is, even the parts that nobody would know about, because he keeps his secret self to himself. He doesn't share that with people because he's very outgoing. He can work a room, but then he also likes his time by himself. And then he's sharing with me about, you know, his mom when he was with her when he was young, but then he lived with his dad because they were divorced. And I was able to share with him why he is here and what his purpose is, as well as I said, you are very good with herbs. And as soon as I said that, his head and smile was like exploding. He's like, I need your card because I'm going to be contacting you. He goes, I've never, ever had anybody get that for me. And that is true. And I was like, wow. Like I'm telling you guys, I was floored out of my mind. And as I'm sitting there getting ready for my new beginnings, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to do this because I'm going to be able to take care of myself, have money, this and that. It's like everything is coming to me. So it's like when you make your decisions and you open yourself up, you will start to receive what you need. But if we keep ourselves stuck by second guessing, not doing or taking those steps, then that's the part where we're just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And then we talk ourselves out of it because our ego is there to protect us. And so if our ego thinks that we need protection, then they're going to keep us from our dreams. But if we open ourselves up and say, I love you, ego. I know you're here to protect me, but I think I got this and we're going to be okay this time. And then your ego is like, well, okay, that's awesome. I'm going to take a vacation. I think I'm going to go to Bermuda, whatever it is, right? So it's like stuff like that where you're just like, all of a sudden, then things are starting to happen. So for me, when I'm like starting the show again today, and then Julia's like hanging there, because at first I'm like, when I saw it, I'm like, I wasn't sure what it was or what was going on. And then when she said on the feed before we started that I'm on hold, and I'm like, oh my God, and that's what that is. That to me is such a blessing, because my spirit guides, my angels, the universe, God, whoever you want to call it, is letting me know that you are on track. This is where you need to be, and this is what I want. I want people to be able to communicate with me through Skype, call me for readings, do all these things that are coming to me so that I can help them on a greater scale. And then the more I can build my business and grow, because I'm helping so many people from where I am. That's the stuff where it's like, oh my gosh, is it scary? Yes, very. I'm not going to lie. I feel like, my insides are doing, I don't even know what it is. It's like the Indy 500 that never quits. That's what it feels like inside myself. Like my skin, my blood, like you could just feel all of it going around all over. But with the new beginnings, there's things that end. And that's the part too that sometimes gets us stuck, because we know we need to move forward in whatever the situation is, whether it be a marriage, a divorce, whether it be a job or a job loss, whether it be with friendships, businesses, things like that. We become attached. Even a car. You know what I'm saying? I was attached to my car. And when you cut these cords and you cut that stuff off, you're actually allowing what you need to come through. Alicia Keys, the girl is on fire. Ah, you are so sweet. Thank you. But yeah, you are allowing then things to come in, things to come through. And you don't even realize it until you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So when you're making changes, when you start new beginnings, in the mind's eye, what does it look like for you? What is it that you really, really want? What is it that you are looking for? What do you want to create? What is it that you want to see for yourself? How are things working? Is it, going like step by step by step and you're figuring it all out? Or is it something where you're just like, you just see the picture and you can see yourself working in it, and you can see, one of the things that I'm looking for is a tiny little cottage for one. So I'm kind of like giving you an idea of what's happening. So like, I get it. I understand. But we haven't like completely said anything. So I'm trying to be respectful, especially to my husband. But, there's things that I'm looking for, and there's things that I want. I need what I want, a little space. Rent has to be low, where it's affordable, that I can do it. I need to feel the need that I can do my business from this cute little place that people will want to come to and be with and stay, and I can grow it. I want it to be where I've got my cute little things, and it's like so cute and quaint. It's like me, screaming me. I need enough space where I can, like, if I want to drum or be outside and meditate, or just to be outside with nature, that it's all right there for me. And these are the things that I'm looking for. These are the things where, I don't want to be on house. I want to be right there where it's like I've got what I need, nature, water, stuff like that. And so I know it's all happening because I can see it in my mind's eye. I'm not sure where it's at, but it's there. And when it comes available, I'm going to be able to go in and do it. And so that's the stuff where you have to keep yourself open. You have to keep yourself going. You have to, even though it's scary and you feel like your lungs are going to come bursting out of your chest, or your heart's going to come bursting out of your chest, no matter what it is that you're going through, just remember to take in a deep breath and let the air out slowly. Or take in a deep breath and push out that energy really, really fast. Start paying attention to your dreams. Start paying attention to, I can't believe it's already 28 after the hour. Start paying attention to the animals that are around you all the time. So it's so funny that possums have been around me a lot. And as I was strumming through my Facebook today, there was a possum about possums, and it was on my Facebook feed. And I was like, that's interesting. And did you know that possums do not carry rabies? That possums have an awesome immune system, and their blood has the power to fight off any poisons. And so as I am laying there thinking about me, like how this relates to me, I am able to do that as well. I help other people see something different for themselves. And I need to really start doing that for myself. That's why every time I turn around, there's another possum in my path, because I am resilient. And that is awesome. That is something where I know no matter what goes on in my life, I am resilient. I can do anything. My husband lately has been coming across coyote and bats. So I looked him up for him, and I always look up the spiritual meaning, and he is going through big life changes, and he has to keep a good sense of humor about it. He can't go off to the dark side. He has to keep it light and fluffy, so that he doesn't revert back. And so that's something where I was like, well, that's what they're telling you. That's why they're in front of you. So now you know. So now you're going to have to realize, not bunker down, but start to prepare yourself and know that these changes are coming, and it's okay. You're going to be okay. So these are the things where everything around us speaks to us. It's bugs. If you've got like a particular bug around you all the time, you got to look it up. I have, and it's so funny that it's right here. Okay. Do you see this pin? This pin has been following me now for a week. Everywhere I go, so is this pin. Do I take it there? No. But the pin is always there for me. Every time I look down, the pin is there again. And the pin is telling me, I called my girlfriend Bonnie, and I was like, what's up with the pin? And she's like, everything is coming together, and it's going to be held together. It's going to be good. And I was like, again, these things that are happening, we have to pay attention to the signs. The signs are all around us. And so when we get stuck in our endings, we don't see the possibility. A lot of times we get so bogged down with the loss, with an ending, no matter what the ending is, on what level, where it's at, what area of your life, we will get stuck there. And then we miss everything else that's all around it. And that's the part where we have to really start paying attention to what's going on. And then all of a sudden, when you need something, it all starts to appear, because you're now like seeing the ending, you're mourning the ending, you're not being stuck in it. And then you're able to navigate and start to move forward and take those steps and be brave about it. You're still going to be nervous. They always have the saying of when you're uncomfortable, that's exactly where you need to be. I find if we're uncomfortable, we're going to stay stuck anyway. We don't care. We are so used to, as a society, to be uncomfortable. We need to be scared and terrified. So, Julia, if you are scared and terrified, that's where you need to be going. We live in uncomfortability all the time. We're always uncomfortable. We're uncomfortable with our bodies, and we stay that way. We're uncomfortable with the way our health is, but we stay that way. We're uncomfortable with our living conditions, but we stay that way. We're uncomfortable about our jobs, but we stay that way. We're so numb to uncomfortable. That's not the word. If you are scared and terrified without a safety net, that's where you need to be, because you have to, like a bird, take that leap of faith and soar. And we all can do it. We all have it in us to do all of it. And that's something that we need to realize that we have. That is something where we have it all. And this is the stuff that I love, because when I do my readings and I do the coaching, it's like when I talk to somebody individually, this is where I find I am able to help people. And if anybody else wants to call in, you are more than welcome to. 347-989-8086, because then I can talk to another person. And then after that, we'll do angel card reading. So if you guys want to do that, we're more than welcome to do that as well. And I'll kind of like keep track of what's happening. So let me say the number again. 347-989-8086. So I'll keep track of that. But that is something where, or if on the Facebook feed, you can just be like, you know, I'm on hold, and I'll be like, oh, that's awesome. Okay, so that is something too where we can do stuff like that. And I'm telling you, women especially, we are so resourceful. We can do anything. You know, I was divorced a long time ago, you know, because I talk to my son all the time. He's 26. We have a great relationship. We can talk about anything. And he was like, Mom, you've done this all before. And I said, yeah, I've done it all before because you were young and I had to take care of you. So I put on my superhero cape and off we went to the races. Like, I did whatever it took to do what I needed to do. And he's like, well, what's the difference? What you did then, you can do now. And isn't that something where you can pour into somebody so much that they can then come back to you and say, well, guess what, Mom? You can do it again. You can do whatever you need to do. You can be happy. You can do whatever you want. And I was like, oh my God, that is so true. And to be able to have that open communication is something where I am forever grateful for. And we all need that. We all need people in our lives who are willing to be there for us, listen to us, not participate in the mud puddle, but to help us take those little steps forward and move forward. And that's something that I'm very, very grateful for. It's just like unbelievable. Let me check one more time to see if anybody's on, so nobody's going to be brave enough like Julia. But anyway, yeah, I have these cards, right? And they're the Fairy Forest. These cards are absolutely amazing. And when I got these cards, it is something that screamed to me, these are exactly what I needed. Because these cards, again, none of the cards lie, but these cards definitely don't lie. And when I was going through the cards and doing readings on myself, they were literally telling me what's up. And I was like, what? And then I was reading my cards the other day, and they were telling me, and this is what I do, they were telling me, you're going to get stopped a little bit. Don't worry about it. And you're going to understand why. And then sure as shooting, it was my car. And I was like, what? Because Wednesday was a big day for me. I had appointments to go to. And they were not just like down the street, because I live in the country area of McHenry. I had to go to Woodstock. Then I had to go to Schaumburg. And I'm just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But let me tell you, everything happens for your highest good. Nothing ever happens to you. Nothing is a mistake. Everything is all stepping stones. They're learning. all of it. None of us make mistakes. It's all about the learning. And when you start to learn and grow, it's like you're passing your classes. And then when you can pass the class, you get to move to the next step. And that's the part that's absolutely amazing, because you are fully prepared to make those next steps in your journey. It's just that we haven't done it before, so it's terrifying. I mean, even remember, like, do you remember when you took your first job, your very first job anywhere, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? It seems easy from the forefront, but then when you put yourself into the fire, you're like, how the heck am I going to learn this? How am I going to do this? But then you learn, you do it. And then within a couple of weeks, it's as if, you know, you've done it your entire life. That's what's happening now. You're like starting something new, a new beginning. Like you were comfortable at your old job, you knew how it went, but you were bored. You couldn't do anything anymore. So now you're like, you know what? I need a change. But when we make those changes, yes, they're scary. They're terrifying. But they're going to be less terrifying every day the more you learn how to navigate and learn what you need to do. And that's the part that's absolutely amazing. Okay, it is what? 12:38? I don't know if my blog talk is the same. We got 20 minutes, you guys, 20 minutes. All right, so let's start. So I am calling in everybody's angels and guides, everybody who is listening and watching. Oh, that just flew out. So we'll see what that card is all about. So when I do this, and there goes another. When I do this, this is when, and there goes another. I'm thinking about everybody. I'm bringing in everybody. So it's going to be a clear channel. So whatever it is that you're going through, these cards are going to help you navigate into where you're going. So this is all for all of us. Trust me. You're going to be surprised how much you're going to be like, what? Thought she was talking to me. Exactly. All right. I'm pulling, 5 cards. All right. Or actually, I'm going to be pulling one more. So, okay. All right. There's the one. Okay. Where to begin? Where to begin? And I'm new at these cards, you guys. So I've been using the book just so I can better understand, because these cards are unreal. So, all right. Okay, here it is, this one. The Fairy Godmother. It's Revelation, Discovery, and Epiphany. Okay, so this one here, isn't it beautiful? There you go. I don't know, it's kind of like blurry a little bit, but Epiphany. So again, with what we've just talked about today, everything, you guys are like, your mind's already spinning, like things are coming to you right now, ideas, things, you're getting some kind of notion of where to go next. And so this is what this card is telling us. It's like, this is what's happening. So you are right on track. So whatever is popping in your head, whatever aha moments that you're having, any of those things, that's what you need to be paying attention to. Okay. All right. Second card, Elf Struck. It's enchanted, beguiled, and enspelled. So with this one here, with the Elf Struck, I love these cards. They're so pretty. I mean, can you imagine? And I'm a tree person, so I love them. Enchanted, beguiled, and enspelled. So here's the thing. Magic is all around us. And so whatever is popping into your head, anything that is coming to you, any epiphanies, any aha moments, things are going to start to magically open up for you because you are awakening. And so things are going to start coming to you. It's going to almost be like you've cast a spell, or the magic is there. You've got your wand going, and you're just going to be like, holy cow. Let those things come into you. Let those things happen for you. They're letting you know that's what's going to start happening, so that you know what's going on. Oath. It's promise, pledge, and contract. So here's the thing too. When you make an oath or a pledge or a contract, you know, these things can be broken. When you break them, you have to go accordingly. don't like just be in a way where you're like, I'm just not going to do it, or you get out of it miserably. When you are open, honest, and true, and you're breaking contracts or you're creating contracts, know that it's for your highest good, and make sure that you do it with the utmost truth and integrity. So that way, everything is always working out for your highest good. Also, make sure there's going to be somebody who is going to be going into some sort of a contract. I don't know if it's going to be like a business thing or what. But if you do that, make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into, and make sure that it doesn't look pretty on the outside, but when you get yourself stuck with that name on the dotted line, then it's going to turn into a cluster storm. So just make sure you know exactly what you're getting into, and make sure that this is actually for your highest good. All right, the next one is the Yule Singer. It's rebirth and feasting joy. Oh my gosh, I love this. So here's the thing too. Everything, what you're doing is everything is working out for your highest good, and you're going to be able to celebrate. You're going to do the things that you love to do. You're going to be creating things that you never knew was possible. It's going to be something where you're like, oh my God, I had no idea that this was in store for me. Like for me doing this, doing the show. If somebody would have said this to me like 5-10 years ago, I would have been like, you have got to be out of your mind. If somebody said, Rita, you're going to be spiritually guiding people, I would have been like, what? Not even close. I go to them, but never in a million years would I have thought in a million years that I would do it. But I stopped fighting it. I started opening up my ears and listening and doing the work that I needed to do to get there. And so, and then here I am. And to be able to read to people without my cards yesterday at the store, at the, at Gary Lang, I'm telling you, it took me forever to fall asleep last night because I was on cloud 9. Because when I read people and I'm doing readings, it's like I take in this energy that is never ending. It takes a long time for me to like come down and go to sleep. The next one is the Green Man. It's intuitive, fertilization, and action. Okay, so here's the thing too. When you're making big changes, I love this card. Oh my God, the Green Man, I love it. We all have intuition, all of us. You always have that sense of knowing. A lot of people have the claircognizance, the clear empathy. You have the clairvoyance. You have all of it. I deal with all the senses. So when you start to realize, like for instance, if somebody's saying something to you, telling you something, and you're like, all you hear is like the strong no or BS, or you hear, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, that's cool. That's spot on. And you know that they're totally telling you the truth. That is your intuition. Like, you're utilizing that intuition. The reason why people don't believe other people and they know that they're lying about something is because your intuition's telling you the truth. They're lying. And so when you go against that intuition, that sense that you have, that's when you find yourself in trouble. So know that your intuition is running high. March, you guys are going to be able to manifest so much stuff in March. It's going to be unbelievable. And it's going to be long lasting. So you're fertilizing, you're growing. And Connie, she is our beekeeper. Her products are amazing. And Connie is fertilizing, and she's growing, and she's doing for her bees so that it will populate the world. It's like everyone has their purpose and journey. And it's just amazing how that works. And so you need to take action. So Julia, you need to take action. You need to go where you need to. Oh my God, there's more here. You need to go where you're going. Oh, and Tiffany's there. Jennifer's there. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. Rebecca. It's like I need an assistant to help me move forward going back and forth. Okay. So we have 12 minutes left. So that's a thing where we need to do and go move forward with all of that stuff. So, oh my God, I'm so excited that you guys are all here. Julia, are they able to tell which location would be best for me to relocate? You know what? When you said Panhandle, Florida, I was like, oh, that sounded like fun. Like, I think you're going to go further down. I don't see you in South Carolina. I don't think you're a South Carolina type gal. I think you're going to go down to the Panhandle of Florida, and I think that's where you're going to have a lot of fun. When you were talking about it, I was able to see like a lot of sunshine. I was able to see you grow, do the things that you need to do, get the things that you wanted to get, and that was down there. Nothing comes up for me for Charleston, South Carolina. Nothing. So I think you're going to go down to Florida. So I would like start going that way for sure. Oh my God. Thank you, Connie. Let's see what else. They're flying left and right. I don't know what that means. Let's see what else. Who else is on there? Rebecca missed me. I know. I miss you guys too. It's been a long journey. So I am now finally taking my health into my own hands. My eye situation, I have learned, has been about seeing things differently and not wanting to see certain things. So when things shift and change, everything's going to be fine. The brain stuff, all of that stuff is good. I had my sinuses all cleaned out. The deviated septum is completely fixed. So there's stuff like that. I can breathe. So now the asthma that I've dealt with will now dissipate because I can now breathe properly. I've never been able to do that before. And my doctor said that a lot of times when people who suffer from asthma, as I have, find that their asthma gets way better now that everything is open because I'm now breathing back there and breathing into the lungs. When you're a mouth breather, you're not letting in the warm air. So that cold air is constantly touching, you know, the first thing is your lungs going in, as well as it's not being filtered through the nose. So you're getting all that stuff you're allergic to going right in and doing that kind of stuff. So everything's shifting and changing. It's unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. And so Ragnarok, she is our last one. Look at that fiery little self. Oh my God. So destruction, ending, final moment. Isn't that something? So here's the thing. They're letting you know, and it's so funny that she left this to be the last one. Whatever endings that you are going through, let it be done. Don't go back. And I know this is for me for sure because I go back and forth. It would be easier to be here. It really would. But that's not my journey. And we get along better as friends than partners. But anyway, so wherever the destruction is, wherever the ending is, wherever those final things are, let it happen and let it go. Don't be angry. Don't talk bad. Don't sit and dwell on it. You know, this is something that's really hard for me. I'm a Cancer. I eat it up, chew it up, spit it out. I like to get to the root of every problem. And there's sometimes just no problems to get to. They are what they are. Everything has their season. I love the poem Footprints because everybody has their time and everybody teaches you something. Everybody does something. And so when that season ends, that season ends. Oh my gosh, Jenny is there. Oh my God, you guys are so awesome. Yes, I will totally oxygenate everything now. It's like I already feel different. Like my sleep has changed. I wake up now and I feel better. It's almost like I'm kind of like catching up on sleep, but I don't have to. It's wild. Like I will get up at a certain time now and I'm ready to go. And everything seems brighter and I can breathe. I can do things. So now I'm like starting to finally get myself. And so I'm very happy to see that. I know Dana needs a reading. Here's the thing, you guys. I am here for you to do readings, that kind of thing. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. If you refer somebody to me, I will give you a referral, gift. It could be, I don't know, like, so much off, whatever. I have to figure all that stuff out, but that's what I'm creating. And I'm not going to promote that, but I am going to attract it. I'm going to create it. And I'll tell you, when I got read yesterday, I have somebody who reads me once a year, and she read me yesterday, and she goes that my guides are telling her that it's not about promoting myself. It's all about creating the what I want. It's manifesting what I want. Aw, thank you, Jenny, saying that I'm amazing. You are awesome. I love her. I've done a lot of things with her. Brian, he joined. Jennifer Price, hello. I mean, I love this. I think it's amazing. So these are the things that I do. I do locally. I'm in the Chicagoland area. I do angel card reading parties where people get to get read for $35. They get a nice reading for $35. They get to have their friends over, drinks, whatever you want to do. And all I do is just read people one after the other. And let me tell you, these parties are phenomenal. And the people that I get to read, it's just unbelievable. Like, I can't even tell you. You just have to experience it to see it, because I literally use 7 different decks, and maybe I'll be adding now an 8th deck. I don't know. But I know, it's amazing. So you guys, this has been so much fun. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes, the romance part from Jenny. Does anybody have any questions really quick? Because we've got like 6 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions, I am more than happy to take them. Any kind of comments that we can chew. Whatever it is. Let's see here. Let's read through here. Yeah, when I do the cards, when I read the cards for people, and when I am doing shuffling the cards, literally the cards fly out. There is no mistake in how the cards I'm supposed to be reading. And then also I will get a feeling with a card. Like if a card is touching me and I'm very aware of that particular card, I know that's one of the cards as well. But these, and this is what's awesome too, is that these cards are literally all about new endings and new beginnings. Isn't it something how we're talking about this conversation, we're having this subject at hand, and then these are the kind of cards that flew out of the deck. And it's amazing. So we started out with the fairy godmother. And for her, I don't know why that does that. Oh, there we go. I can never do this. I'm not like one of those like mirror type people where you can do stuff. So the fairy godmother was revelation and discovery and epiphany. And then you've got the elf struck, which is enchanted, beguiled, and spelled. Oh, there you go. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Gosh, I love her. And then you've got the oath, which is a promise, pledge, or contract. But here's the thing. Things can be broken, but you have to do it with integrity and do it with truth. Do it with honesty. Don't do it with anger and just doing it just to do it. Yes, Connie, we will definitely talk. Just really work with that. Be open and honest. That's the best way. So that way your communication is clear. There is no ill will on your part. What the other person does, you can't control. The Yule Singer, which is rebirth, feasting, and joy. So this is the part where I think this is also amazing because, there we go. With this one, we are all starting something new changes. Spring is in the air. I've already seen those red-winged blackbirds, and I love the way their music is when they speak. I've already had the robins in the yard. So it's like spring is here. I'm telling you, we're supposed to get snow or something, I heard today. Then you got the green man, which is intuitive, fertilization, and action. So just know that you guys have all these capabilities already inside of you. You just have to start utilizing them. Oh my gosh, thank you, Dana. I love this deck. It really is pretty. And then Ragnarok. It's destruction, endings, and final moment. So this will tell you, and I love her. Look at that. I mean, that's just beautiful. It's just like, and it's not even a bad thing either, because endings are not always bad. Endings are good. It's just what we put on it. It's what we've learned. It's, we take on our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, our ancestors' beliefs and truths. And so we think when certain things happen that they're bad. But how many times when you are raising your children and you tell them, don't get hung up on your very first boyfriend or girlfriend because you're going to be dating a lot. And at the time your kid is like, oh my God, I'm going to marry them. We're going to be together forever. We're so in love. And it's like, you just have to laugh inside yourself because you're like, yeah, I know, I was there too. But there it is. It's like, that's the thing. So even as an adult, we still go through the same thing. We hope that we marry somebody forever, or we hope we have that career that will last forever. But then it doesn't always happen that way. And that's the part where, we get hung up and we get caught up in it. And it gets to be like really, really sad. So, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I can't even imagine. It's like, wow. But it's been an amazing show. Today's show was awesome. You can always contact me at 815-814-2476. 2476, since she was talking. Or you can always call me or contact me on Facebook at my website at JustRitaRealTalk.com. I have my prices and products that I do there. I'm going to start putting books together, ebooks, that kind of thing. And what else? My email. I don't really check it that much. So text me if you need me. I do parties, readings. We can do it on the phone. If you're far away, we could do it through Skype. We can do it through Messenger. There's all kinds of things that we can do. So I connect with you 100%. You don't have to be in front of me to do it. So that's the part which is absolutely awesome because I call in all of your angels and guides at that moment. So
10 seconds.
Oh my gosh, 10 seconds. Oh my gosh, you guys, it has been amazing. Thank you so much. We'll do the show again next Thursday at noon. And oh my gosh, thank you so much for making the show amazing. And thank you for the call in, Julia. I think that's awesome. And we will see you next time. All right, you guys, I got to close out the blog. And we're done with that. And
thank you for using Blog
Oh my gosh.
Radio.
You guys are amazing. So thank you so much. And I cannot wait to see you. And Connie, yes, we will talk. We'll get something gathered. Dana, give me a holler. And then we'll get something worked out. So there it is. Thank you. Mwah. Have a great day, you guys.